Hi everyone, my name is Ashley Wylde and welcome to my channel, Ashley's Wylde Life. I've been thinking a lot lately about what kind of videos I want to make. I'm trying to go with things that are on my mind, things that feel relevant and timely and important. And lately what I've been thinking about is the way I see the world, and maybe some of the things that influence that worldview. Today I'm going to talk about the importance of pennies. Pennies is a metaphor, it's an umbrella, so to speak. It's a term that I've picked to represent this philosophy that I've adopted for myself. I am constantly recovering from the fact that I think in black and white. Unfortunately for me and most of the people around me, the world is not black and white, and I have learned every single one of those lessons slowly and painstakingly. So maybe the concept of pennies is really obvious to you, but for me it was actually a breakthrough. And it started with a documentary that I watched on Netflix about Burt's Bees and Burt, the guy who kind of started that company. In the documentary, he's being asked, how do you feel about the fact that you started this company that is now this huge conglomerate? And what he says is, my life has been very evolutionary as opposed to revolutionary. And whatever it was about that sentence, it really stuck with me. What he was saying was that he didn't just wake up one day and have this huge company. He started out just being a guy who had bees. Every step that he took along the way naturally followed from the step before it. That's the idea of pennies. That if you start with a penny, if you save a penny every day, eventually you get to $1, and so on and so forth. When I started looking for pennies, I found out that they're everywhere. Here's another example. I really want to learn Spanish, and I've been studying Spanish for a long time, but I've kind of tapered off at my level of ability. So I downloaded an app like Duolingo. It's free. It goes on my phone. No, this is not a paid sponsorship. Duolingo just happens to represent this idea of pennies. I practice 2 or 3 couple-minute exercises every day, and my Spanish actually goes up. Not only am I maintaining the skills I've already learned, but I'm learning new things and then maintaining those things. There are other things like this. Lumosity, which trains your brain in attention and math and all kinds of other areas. Or ways that I incorporate it into my own life. Like the fact that I challenge myself to read every single day. And even if I sit down and I open my book and I read a paragraph and I feel tired and I'm done, I put it away and that's okay. And I still write down and remind myself that I read today. Because you know what? I'm a paragraph ahead of where I would be when I come back tomorrow to read. As someone who really has to be reminded that the small things do matter, that it's not just I speak Spanish or I don't, that it's not just I know how to save money or I don't, that it's not just I read entire books or I don't read, but there are these small steps that can be taken, these gray areas. As someone who desperately needs that information, I wanted to share with you all the personal importance and significance of pennies in my life. I hope this was an interesting video for you. I want to keep talking about the things that I think about and things I do and the things I write down and muse about and all the interesting ways that I try to navigate the world so I can begin conversations with you all about how you see the world too. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.